Salon big pass we all. So without further ado, I want we hand the microphone to the bar in a lecturer we company issue here. Care. Naing normally can lead on strategy. So with the gear and chance for let's set the scene for we. It will take between 5 and 10 minutes. The Honorable Vice President, why we there, why this issue important, and why this issue important to the government of Salone at the highest level, who basically get half of cabinet here, other ministers and they are, all the leaders there across government, they are today.
What we need to do more. But like when the minister don't say, when you get a government like the government of President Madabio, it takes boku money, like 22% is spent on education. Because he believes, say, education, now the part that they will go make this country go before. And you get a pandemic like the Kush, where they affect young people in this country. That investment, they invest by education. For let young people get learning, for let young people get work, let young people able to produce themselves. That investment, they will not go get return if we allow drugs and substance abuse to penetrate this country and create the damage where they can damage to. This meeting today, now an example for sure say, the Kush fight, now everybody in fight. The Kush fight, now government fight, now the country in fight, now the people of Sierra Leone in fight, and all the Sierra Leoneans and backway they outside, including we own development partner, that we all fight. So today, this meeting, the meeting the way the minister can do in your office, but we decide to make a town hall meeting. Let as a government we can explain to we development partners, but more importantly to them parents them. Then we brothers and sisters, then we mama them. Let them know how far we don't camp on this, what we don't do as government, and what we want to do in the next stage. In the last couple of weeks, we don't sit down, we examine, because we get different actions that waiting to take place. We get what they call end-to-end solution. Where this pandemic starts, we see and say, not only for arrest people, not only for jail people, also now for educate people, and as well as now for take care of the people that we don't fall victims of the bad people and where they import and they distribute and then they sell the Kush. So we do a multifaceted approach. We get the Ministry of Social Welfare in there today. They can explain what thing they don't do as a ministry for look after victims and for rehabilitate them and put them back into reintegrate them back into society. Today, we get the Minister of Internal Affairs and the police, IG there. Then they can explain what thing they don't do for disrupt the distribution, the importation, and the marketing channel of the push in this country. Then we can tell you that the people that were with the arrest who don't arrest systematically. And then we also can tell you that say, as chairman of the police council, I've been don't give instructions, say anybody with an old push business, you need to get bail. Unless you get 150 lawyer, you need to get bail. Unless you bring all the lawyer there, you need to get bail. Unless you bring human rights activists there, you need to get bail. When they catch you Kush, you know get bail. And with the sentence, then the code don't begin sentence people in a lung and a loan shark. With the sentence, then just today, we don't then over the weekend we intercept 2 containers. Then where you get things then 7 people away import the container, then they in custody. We they can check the container them. We don't finish the first one. We don't find out some elements. Then they can check the second container. Then 7 people then they in custody. They'll not go ever see sunlight. They will be charged and we will sentence them. And no amount of lawyer not going to pull them from outside and they. So then they can explain that part the way they do. The Ministry of Youth Self they are. Instead they can explain what in themselves don't they do across the country with the youth council them. The opportunity where they get for create awareness and sensitization for young people. The Attorney General Instead go come. Instead go explain, say, as a government, we don't dedicate 2 magistrates. Them magistrates are, they need to do no work. They need to talk no case. The only case where they talk, na drug case. Then no get no work, na dande no more than they talk. So you carry drug case every day, they're ready for talk button. So then they are dedicated. The Attorney General can tell you about dande and tell you about the high profile case them back within a court. And in the next couple of days, we begin to see how the court they roll out penalty. Like what I say, no matter the lawyer the way you get, you know go accommodate. We get the Minister of Health. The Minister of Health go can tell you that the infrastructure we don't put in place for able no say for able not only for provide clinical assistance to the victims them where we they can do, but also for let tell you that the effort we don't make for identify any product who feel say is dangerous for young people and for pull them na the pharmacy and totally gets them out of the market. Because the people that when are expert, they can't tell you say the Kush is a combination of so many elements, some of which then they sell in a pharmacy, they openly where people they buy. The Minister of Health can't talk about that. But more importantly, the following tell you say this government will work on them. But we know say government need for do more. We need for do more. We need for multiply with efforts and we they do more. Now, last week, His Excellency the President don't task me for establish what you've been getting before, now a government task force on drugs and substance abuse. Now, the President don't say tax me for that lead for establish a national task force where every Sierra Leonean, everybody where they in this fight, then go get a role for play. Whether you did na government or you know the government or if you get a contribution for make in the fight, you are going to be part of that national task force day. In the next coming days, we will roll out that national task force. We go get representative now every chiefdom, every district, every region, and at the national level. That task force they not only limited to government officials. With Sierra Leonean brothers the way they are the diaspora, the Sierra Leonean parents the way they are, we get expertise. Where if you say they want to contribute to this fight, would they create a structure where every Sierra Leonean, including with development partners, then go get a stake, then go join hands together, because this fight, na FETO will go win, and na FETO will go eliminate, so that the free quality education, where we get for young people in this country, it will succeed. The parents then they go sleep, and the criminals then go die in a Pademba Road. Assalamu alaikum.
Ministry of Health. Minister, and I know you're not expert on them here. I want where you to come for can take the mic. Let you help with force. Explain to we about why waiting a Kush and why it's so particularly dangerous. And then you will talk about what you want to do. So you will give an extra minute. So you get 5 minutes in all. You know I always have my timer on. Thank you.
Humble and good afternoon. Honorable Vice President, College Minister, Secretary, also the Congress there. I don't know. I think so we all see today as an extra special day where we all come together to deal with this major situation right under the roof. Really focus on the health side. As I said before, it's not all man business. Then color public health. Public means the whole public. Vitally important for the country. Again, well, body side no more, not going for tackle. Needs everybody to come. First is crucial all the support. No salon, you don't see Jamba, we go outside, they're everywhere. But the Jamba get potency. When they make people say smoke on, you feel fine, you feel how it's small bit. And get some other brand of this Jamba within the India, then Pakistan, then Afghanistan side. We're 100 times more potent than with saloon tobacco. Now, in the Kush. But what's happening now in a salon? They get an artificial form of this cooker within the drink and the mix and get all kinds of active ingredients and we will make this so even more potent, even more deadly, even more dangerous. So we get now the Ministry of Health, we get the hospital and clinical services, we also get the pharmacy board. The pharmacy board, they look for like sample them of this Kush within the cell around. They analyze and sample. Then sample, they not only get that synthetic potent drug inside it, then they mix out with all kind of other dangerous tablet and pills and medicine in the country. Medicine for people like Epitor, medicine for heart business, medicine for the lungs, medicine where they can buy in a pharmacy for other sickness. Then they take all the mixer inside this potent drug. The end result of this now, when you take this medicine, it damage all the different organs. So like I'm looking that video, you had now, everybody who had to on the phone for the past 20, 30 years, it gets from reading and whatever. If you go put this chemical for now, we had to mix up. Yeah? We actually had to pump to the push the blood, to the suck and back. To the push the blood, to the suck and back. I made it go boom, boom. But where this medicine on the way this drug don't go inside out, he had the pump push. And he had to pull and back. So the blood will don't go down and it puts, the water don't go down and it puts, never come back up again. And he left it. It happens. It's what. Your kidney, where you manage all the plumbing system inside your body, this drug, it will damage them. So your kidney not function again better. All the vital organs inside the body, it will damage them. So it will get in order to be as effective again. But the worst part, it will go inside the brain back. It will begin think of things. It will begin make, we see some people that you sit on the make so. Something inside the one that you sleep, and sleep. It will make like you think for sleep, you really want for, they don't sleep, but you don't sleep. And that night you can see the people and they go up and in. So this is also not dangerous thing. And the bad thing about time, we all get vulnerability. Some people anyway vulnerable past other people. Some people anyway, it touches them that if they get this absolute dependency, you're not going to stop any side where you go on that no more you remember. So for me, the message today, now for let me as a country, let me come together. We're not going for treat we way out of this. We get medicine, we go help small because there's a lot of the people that we don't understand now. With this here don't older now to do and you can get secondary illness. If you can get diarrhea, the diarrhea they get worse. Yes? If you get malnutrition, we know the kids now the malnutrition will get worse. But what's in the way we can do medically for help out? But at the end of the day, it's better that you not start. Because if you start, it's very, very difficult to start. So we're so proud of the few people that we say we overcome them. We're so proud of social welfare. Again, with social welfare, then get the beautiful rehabilitation center. The rehabilitation center, not to medicine no more than they give. Then they give you an opportunity for change in life, for introspect, for able for exercise, for eat properly, for get good thought, for get people that own all in at the same time, both own things together. And we all roll now for make sure say with this they go on, we're able to give medical coverage on an individual basis. So that we can see, evaluate medically which means needs and provide all of the services for us. So we see we demonstrate that now and we want to make this standard. Not to fit on the more. This fits on go throughout the whole country. So one day we doctor them, then we know, then let them aware. Let them know it's not the case definition. Let them know how to clinically manage the case. Most of the cases we will work in a rehab center with social welfare, with the social support after they get treatment. But someday when they go now, the extreme case now, where they go mental, where they get extremely difficult. And I think so we get this psychiatric hospital for able to manage them, or much more complex. So we make sure so we get capabilities to do that. If all else fails, we will make sure say we bring dignity and respect to the person within their life, as well as within that. And we will make sure say they get safe and medical burial. Will be treating with dignity and respect. So from the Ministry of Health, I just want to show you, say, we get a problem. We get a problem where we all people come together and solve. And once people then from say the Ministry of Health need to take care of the health component. We will do everything we can for able to do proper diagnosis. We will do everything we can for offer appropriate treatment. We will make sure so we get appropriate care. But all of this only possible if we stop the deportation, if we stop the inclusion, if we stop the running from coming in such ways. We get a serious government. We say for deal with it, we get for do holistic, end to end. Everybody needs to participate in the company.
So, Minister, come on board in 4 minutes. I know you're very passionate about this issue. I know, say, you know, one man would always tell me, say, we for broad in this conversation, not just about Kush, but other harmful substances. Your turn.
Minute of silence for the young people, young way we don't lose under this current pandemic. May the souls of we love one them and all our souls rest in perfect peace. We don't a young person as alone. A young person as alone, as somebody with them born either 5 years before the war ends or 5 years after the war. 20 years today, when the war ends, we realize if you add 35 years, everybody really below 35 years, 30 to 35 years, see, they don't see. When you look at the TRC reports, they tell you the amount of young people, minors at the age of 10, 12, 13, 14, who participated in the war. When you look at the war law term, the one who participate during the war, then pick them with them born, and when they come out, then pick them with them come born back. And then self-putting at the society, what should we do with them? The mistake starts from all the way to the disarmament process. Then disarm the young people and they physically, but they never disarm them mentally. And they live today, as a society, we get a price we will pay for that. Anybody who don't shoot and kill, or one way or the other, don't deal with such things like that happen. Trust me, they get some mental illness, they go through depression, and not all man get in the streets. You read from me, come read now. Some man not able to endure again. You don't know to mama during the war, you get Ebola, you get mudslides. You will say like, what am I living for? Now just take something for let the day pass and all. But that notwithstanding, when His Excellency the President blessed me for staff, young people in this country, we get one of the most consultative and one of the most participative youth policy ever. And one of the things that we stand out clearly out of the 5 pillars are drugs and substance abuse. The youth policy 2020 to 2025 spell them out clearly. The drugs and substance abuse are one big challenge for young people in the face of this country. The reason why I don't want to limit them to push, as Siba say, there's so many drugs here. When I remember the days of Tampa scam is hit, but the Minister of Health at that time, and to the media at that time, the dynamics, the messaging, what we send to young people, they really key. I remember vividly a media house, we saw the process, how they use Tampa. I got to watch column. I said, that not to be the message. The message will be the danger with the way they take Tampa. And when, during this policy, when something like this was established, we'll go what we call the Youth Council. 191 chiefdoms, village youth leaders vote for the chiefdom youth leaders, and the chiefdom youth leaders voted for the district youth leaders, come to the national youth leaders, Youth Council. And thanks to UNDP, every chiefdom youth leader get brand new Excel since 2020. We discover say most of the problems then get to be the solution get to be community owned. Brand new Excel 191 chiefdom youth leaders. Can just say we give them the one day. And because of those structures, and we believe say solving a problem of this nature, we get to be society owned. We get to role for play as a government. We get their structures and they, and then set the explain, we get the district leaders, they ensure say no government from who begin democracy in this country, not ever engage young people and reach this government the way they engage young people. This is not the only government will bring the presidency, all development partners, all youth leaders, Namabuka, or trouble with challenges them who they face as a society. And I tried for training myself, the right hand of the vice president, the really did it for talk on the issues then they. And this is another manifestation of what you say, we care. What thing we they do now this whole today, Salon to the worst country on drugs and substance abuse. But because we get a current government, we care about each and every young person make the presidency, young people will ultimately picture say every life very important. Today we get excessive, another probably the case. We get molly, another one. We get crack, another one. All these in our society, push just show. But since 2020, drugs and substance abuse have been a challenge. As a ministry, we don't always engage every chiefdom. When you communicate to the 16 district leaders Diana, when them go, would I get 10 chiefdoms? They call them chiefdom youth leaders to spread the message. The chiefdom youth leaders, they go talk to the village youth leaders. Now one of the ways that they spread the message. And as of now, we're not able to know what's really the level where this thing is. In the sense, thanks to the World Bank, they do a status of youth report where they show you exactly the position of young people and what they happen at Kabbalah, what they happen at Penadugu, what they happen, and UNDP and World Bank don't support, don't get a consortium of consultant Sierra Leone, international consultant, but that will get a document where they really show you say that this exactly will happen. The ministry stands very strong to ensure say they advocate and develop programs then for every young person. If you say, due to what they go through, due to the challenges they go through, you decide to go give your life to drugs for freedom, I mean, that one is not good. We ask that we all get to go for play as a government, but this we don't do. We also ask the development partners then for let them join hand. I remember vividly, 1 year ago, most of these development partners, including the American ambassador predecessors, I meet them. This is not a challenge. When somebody take fish, they no one know whether a president in convoy they come or an American ambassador in convoy they come, whosoever. Let me allow for youth-led organizations at grassroots level, let them steer the affairs of talking to their police about change. The government don't do you, the partners that they do you, but I'll tell you what, my story is not different from most of Unanaya. The path to success we can do, we parents can do their own, development partners do their own, government do their own, but the bulk of it rests on you as an individual to ensure say we succeed. And the passion for succeed, no matter what, is forget in you. No politician, the parents or partner, nobody will change the story, you forget the willingness. We all go through so many trial times. I'm 6 nobody never take care of me. I ensure say, even inside markets not to go, I sleep late. But I don't ever take drugs because I keep an eye on the ball and ensure say, I don't say me they go come. I don't want me people be always listening. One day the time will come by CJ.
You want to sing that for you?
One day the time will come. We will call CJ for car singer. Yeah. So in all of this, I ask every young person say, no matter how tough, perseverance, endure, self-esteem, is really key. No matter what, Sierra Leone is a very nice place. with brothers and sisters and what they go to overseas, work 12 hours, 14 hours. If now left, you say the sharp, trust me, they get 40,000 per day. And now, there's a huge financial pressure on young people because today price is 10,000 leons. Last week can be 5,000 leons.
You mean the price of Kush?
You know, the price don't hike. That tells you the government, due to the pressure they put and they arrest them, will follow the market.
Yes.
Because I know one person tell me we definitely get for no. However, they conclude by asking that with the young people for ensure say when you save, ensure say you talk to one or two people and change their own story so that the story will continue so you're going to be a better place.
Thank you very much, Minister. Minister Major General Taluva, please come forward because and also you get your presentation where you don't give people a number. So Fambule want you assure them as Internal Affairs Minister of the steps they will take. And I know say IG safe there and safe they can put on the spot. But you go first, you get 4 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Honored Vice President, Select Minister, Ambassadors, good afternoon. Like the Minister of Youth say, he said don't scare because the supply chain on the court. And it's very, very serious. When we begin cut off the supply chain, we dey make sure say you not get on at the market. When you not get on at the market, you will send other things for you. Yes. Not so easy fight, but first of all, we get for thanks everybody at radio. Because Kush fight not to government no more or police or soldier. Kush fight now everybody fight, now community fight, now community led. And the Freetown, Sierra Leone, the entire community, Kono, Kenema, East, West, North and South, they really contribute and they really make effort for them with the USA with this right now. Because this thing, if they don't take me up too seriously, sometimes you feel embarrassed as a Sierra Leonean. But say, don't take over your country. It was very embarrassing. But when the entire country comes together, youth, between them, everybody they call, everybody they show side and say, will they run to meet them? We find out for say, when we work together, we work the easy. Government is set up a task force. The government task force. Now the vice president decided to make a national task force with everybody go involved. But this government task force, a very unfortunate, I call it, Minister Sibasi, and not because the computer quick, so they will flash with data where we don't get our so far on food. That is from January to March. The total of convicted cases where we don't get. When we convict person, not only you where they bring the material come, but you yourself where the seller. Sometimes, elect you not sell them, but you get two, you be pumping one. With the charge you go first. If you get two, you be pumping one. Elect you be for nothing. With the charge you go first. Nobody not supposed to pass them. You're not supposed to pass them at all. We not go flash them now the presentation, now the thing, but I will give you a brief rundown of the case the world don't get so far. We get a total of 296 people that way they so non-convicted, so they remind for drug. And like where the vice president say, nobody know they bail you. No matter what. Nobody know they bail you. Whether you bring the raw material account for make them, whether you make an aya, whether you bring account for sell, whether now you they sell them, whether you don't sell yourself, if you pass and give other person, when we investigate, we catch you, will they charge you go court? And secondly, you where they use your facility for make them the for smoke push, you yourself they go court. Now, this drastic step we don't take from January. The battle will be really hot between January and February, to be very honest with you. But now, the report we got last week, very amazing that now only 20 cases we get. Now, the list we don't get too far, so which means we don't go above the thing, but it not mean so for drop of guards. We get for fight on. It is very, very serious. When we form the National Task Force, where everybody go there, we go be a toll-free line for let you the call. And make sure for say, we give you proper direction of how we will get there. But we don't really try as a nation, including you, the civilians. For let we get 20, now the list we don't get. If I take the paper there, I'll show you the statistics. Some week they get 80, 90, 100 cases across the country. But last week, now 20. But that not mean say for drop of guards.
Minister, sorry, when you say 80, 90, 100 cases, cases of, I don't want to be specific, people the way we arrest based on intelligence we get?
We can get intelligence. Sometimes we get intelligence past that. But the one that they arrest, they confirm, the victims and the dealers, sometimes they get 80. But for last week, we get a considerable drop. It's like the effect don't intensify. And I make the Minister of Youth say, the thing don't scare.
The price don't go up.
The price don't go up because now the change. That is the main effort right now. We get to cut that chain of supply. If we not cut that chain of supply, we begin and not safe. Together, not get no future. We must preserve the next generation.
So, Minister, once before you go take your seat, I want to assure the people as Internal Affairs Minister of the same way the Honorable Vice President just made that assurance, and also general, about your commitment to this fact and waiting we do together for deal with this, and then we call the IG for accountable.
The commitment is not get quality. They unqualified. Whatever you know say you go do for save a next generation, you get for do one. Me, I get sleepless night. Most times, you don't actually sleep. Somebody call you, say, we don't see them, don't make one back and you go for promote you, allow the police, say, they wait for results. Like when me want me party ask me, say, if not the same police, so they begin. I say, yes, not the same police. He say, why they don't change so now? They do so great things now. Now I say, because they're not ready for defense Sierra Leone proper. Lord, we clap for the Sierra Leone police.
All right. Now, excellent notes for invite the IG for comfort. Now, clap for the Minister of Internal Affairs. IG, I want you come right as you minister they taking seats. I want you come forward. And me and you now back and forth. I want do. I not just one speech. I want we exchange. Now, clap for the IG. Eh? Now, I let them make let arrest to now. Now, say clap for the IG. We don't do. IG G Sellu. IG, I want, first of all, thank you for your leadership on this issue. If you don't go Parliament, and after you, they cancel the Parliamentary, and then in a minute. Plenty of the conversation online. Now, whether one they act on tips, which one they do, the minister don't give you the big picture. Talk about the operation the one don't put in place for particularly disrupt the supply of harmful drugs in our country.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. One of the Vice Presidents, the party and the President, the ministers of government, what I state, everybody really has to good afternoon. We police, we sit down now the one part of the criminal justice system. We get three parts. We get the law enforcement, we get the cops, we get the detention. What did happen at this point is the issue not only for some to be, but this kind of first country I think so we don't take such a bold step for all this kind of big town hall meeting. So what kind of things, how to get over this particular menace, we don't play this. What you don't see so far, government don't take a very bold step for strengthening this criminal justice system. But maybe one of the Vice President talk. We engage the Minister of Justice, Attorney General. We get two laws for the operate. The Pharmacy Act of 2001 and the National Drug Control Act 2008. The second law I last mentioned, National Drug Control Act 2008, is very powerful. They make provision for life imprisonment they make provision for seizure of property. The least number of years they will go in jail if they charge you under any of them act, the them sections of law under that act, now 3-4 years to do. And I have to tell the Vice President, thank you for that bold step we take. We ginger the criminal justice system. Now, with the secure convictions, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and more. I have to use this movement to encourage the Attorney General and Minister of Justice to talk to the
Today I don't come.
and the magistrate.
Well, they can call her after you.
For them push them, the point they push them. The other good component of this effort of government are that we don't get the application center. Before, just after election, we begin to think around this one. But the events of November 26th, 9th, it's a program. So now government does set up the rehab center, and the last part time criminal justice system rehabilitation. You know, they only detain person, but they can learn life support skills at the center. So that's what government is doing. And we therefore give government kudos on that particular effort. So basically, as police, what we don't do so far, we don't step up there. As the minister, right? We realize, say, a lot of stuff that happen around. I also say, no, let us do something about it. We don't do something. Like when the vice president report, as I talk to, they don't search 149 packets of that. The first way Sri Lanka in this country, around Umaru Kargbo from Holland. The 7 people will go for go receiver. The leader of custody, they look at them. They want to be around for Georgia, we not to talk, but we don't look at them seriously. And again, the vice president impressed upon we as police and officers that anybody with a pitch can push business. You know they get bail in police, you know they get bail in court. As I talk so, without education, I am for say today 3 policemen and 4 court for push. They're not in that for the past 1 week. 1 busy officer and local with kitchen with the traffic, they push inside the correctional center. Then we get 1 military man inside in talking to report for the same push. So that tells you in this fight against push, there's no secret crowd. There's no secret crowd. We don't talk and say, we don't block.
Now clap for the IG now. And then the wire, you know so? No secret cow, not so?
Me self wait about so I don't talk and say, let me block brother, the picture and package. There's no way I will there's no on my left hand to go to back. So that are the effort government don't make. We don't get them use and run. I want to use this movement also for thank members of the public, media people, community people, for the support we then show to the Sri Lankan in the fight against this particular crime. Now the first time is I see people really come out, like where the minister they say they don't shot him because of that support. We won't agree. We police, we're very conscious of the number. We are small. We cannot be everywhere all the time. I mean, they told the restructure of the police in 1999 we introduced one component we call community police. They said one day every division in this country, 38 divisions now, we get local police partnership, but those bosses are supposed to be supporting the police for give them information about those locations. Anybody today tell me say Uganda push day, then they say push day. Tomorrow I go there if you don't look. So I have to use this movement for say yes, we continue for rely on support, and I continue for doing the support for make sure we achieve, we succeed in the fight against this particular job we don't want our country. This is a big effort, everybody coming together. So the end-to-end approach with the vice president talked about, we from the police side, we are part of that end-to-end approach. We don't take the first person steps. With the raid, a day and night that is continuous. I don't tax every LEC. Me get the special thing where they go and raid across the western area. If I go now in division, I go conduct raid now one particular outlet inside the sell drugs. And they change it immediately. And it don't happen. I don't go on one side. Where I come back so back, and they will go back now other division where I say well, they're not the two support the effort. That's how strong a position we are taking. And in addition to the zero tolerance policy, we will get for drugs. We catch you with one. We not the only dismiss you disciplinarily, but we charge you criminally. We get some colleague them up until November 26th, they will jail for 10 months, 12 months, 6 months, 8 months, just because we catch them with drugs, cannabis particularly. Not only push with the focus about every substance within the abuse. So Mr. Simba, so far, this police have done, supported by the Police Council Chairman, the Holland.
The very distinguished Inspector General of Police. We'll not clap for him. You know, not to always I can tell people and say, things don't change you. Now, IG 19 appears so they talk. Say, in your policeman them, you take responsibility. They give you the number. We don't know. They say then catch some of them. And then don't arrest them. And then they're in custody. And that's the commitment we get it absolute. But you also tell thank you to the most important people in this fight. We, the public. Now, clap for ourselves. All the social media people, I get one me brother there when a big social media posting on this issue, they call them black coffee. Most of the original video they will begin see on Kush. This man will be they go out, they explain. So this community work all they do, they can't talk to them. But before we come, the way normally way they work, the police they do the first work, and then they for cancel it. Attorney General and Minister of Justice follow them prosecute. AG, I want to let you come at the podium. We allow clap for the Honorable Attorney General and Minister of Justice, the very learned comrade of the Radicals Club as well, by the way, now comrade. Comrade MLT. So give me updates back on prosecutions. And then we can call the member of the judiciary, the man within the court. Justice for more Stevens, because another challenge is whether then they give the exact amounts of sentences they will want to see once show really stringent action on this. But first from you, the learned AG, give me updates on how una day in terms of prosecution, una your approach, like how the IGP just talk.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. The Vice President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, afternoon. And we always say this before now, drugs are a menace. The abuse of drugs that become a menace to society. With the introduction of Kush, where you don't get any brand, a cocktail of everything come together for make Kush, to make society more dangerous for we young brothers and sisters then you know they go to school. So it's difficult for we parents now because I can tell people and say, once it happen to you, or say no happen to you, it never happen to you, it happen to you. Both picking and they go to school, in order to control over them. When the faith and confidence for left them to the teachers them from schools, for run them over for you for that period. But again, up to that period, anything can happen. But however, we're not going to sit down and say because we don't have control over we picking them, we brothers them, who all day out. Because we don't have control, we're going to take action. The government currently, since the first inning, or before the first inning of His Excellency the President, to now, they don't take push or abuse of substance very, very serious. Every day, and they pay with the study for exam, so you want pass and you good math, you get for picture, say, you read your notes every day, up to exam time. So that's why government don't take this abuse of substance very serious. Every day, when they go over with game plan for ensure say they're not back quickly or will not take the wrong step because one try for eliminate them. For on the part of the government, when the police then do their arrest, initially we get some small difficulty with two types of laws: the pharmacy law, the IG just reference, and the National Drugs Act, again a reference. Most times, when case then they go court, for the most period, now under the pharmacies act in charge. And for the judiciary, the benches they are all paying. And most of the people they go court, now they just them street killing or they peddlers them around, no social killing. So the bench can always use a human compassion or look at them either a charge, a convict, a acquit, a discharge, or a fine. Convict in the sense, if you sentence you, you go serve jail time, or they can sentence you again, you pay fine, or they acquit and discharge you, ban you over peace. But all now the system in the country, they ban you over peace, another system for monitoring. I can go back and go do and bring it time again. Though the police they will pick that up when they can come. But however, as part of the game plan now, we don't decide, say, what should you weigh the take or weigh the sneeze or weigh the drink or smoke, now we issue. Now you will the come and the country. You will not the fear God, bring come at the country, and you see money, you say money, but you want to find out the decide for the money. You can make 10 people and diamond at the country. Decide for being the officer, make it for free, what a man bull, pedestrian with cassava, any kind of form. Use volume, use any kind of thing for make people and lost their senses. We decide now for charge any matter we can out to going forward, we don't start now for charge under the National Drugs Enforcement Act. Now the penalty is unlike the Pharmacies Act because the minimum any individual can go for if the magistrate or the judge, in fact, planning for magistrate or judge to trial. Magistrate can just begin look at the evidence, whatever list of evidence, so and go high court. If they see, if they convict you, the minimum you wait for is for 5 years. That's the minimum. You can go for life imprisonment. The bench get the power again for sending both for life imprisonment and you pay fine. So they give the I want give you the reduce for looking at loss license. The court also give you the reduce. You pay fine and you go for study yourself for 3 term. So now one need to go on. Up to 3 while you talk so we don't charge 16 people less. We paid like the importers are really around. So we don't able to charge 16 people less. Whether they will get bill or not get bill now based on the nature of the evidence for the force. And we as government lawyers we ensure see once we put the evidence together we get an opinion so that we charge we really charge you. We may charge you to go to which on to we may charge you because we not like you. But once we charge you, we also we get substantial evidence, not even reasonable, but substantial evidence for ensure and secure conviction. So for the matter of the only court, one of all the one we charge you don't it, and then Pharmacies Act, we don't know. But going forward, because of this manipulation and serious step which I don't take a different dimension, take a U-turn, we all the wrong after we set.
So age with the minimum sentence under the new approach.
And 5 years.
So under the old approach, it's going to be give for just a few months, or then can come out. But in this new approach, now a minimum of 5 years.
Again, a minimum of 5 years. I think my would start here. The difference from the normal fiscal year only a both the 1 year and 12 months. I think I wouldn't get your calculation. So with different strategy now, we say 5 years and 5 years. With the contract, they can't make the contract now.
So 5 for the 5.
That's what the contract now. We really try for creating anybody. We don't have the people that you see it. Government is on top of the situation. Government is doing impact. And government want to ensure say the human infrastructure we want bill on. We continue for bill on nowadays. Because we get a very, very, very small and young population. We don't allow any individuals there. A person has been needs can destroy the population. So, Mr. Moderator, based on that, I think we as government people, government lawyers, we desperate, we try for do, and again we try for repeal the laws. So not only that we go by the National Drugs Act, if we see we try for look at and again for things are more severe, look at ad panel. So we put on it, add on it, collect the seats and collect a bucket. So if we go minimum 5 years, we see scenario 6 more up to life with prison. Any other way they get for look to do and what for continue to upgrade the laws, we will do it.
Thank you very much. Now let's put our hands together for the Honorable Mohammed Lamin Tawali, the Attorney General Minister of Justice. I want for call since we didn't at the courts. Justice Bomoja Stevens, please come. Like Justice of the Appeals Court. Now let's clap for the Justice of the Appeals Court of Salone. I spoke to the Chief Justice directly. I asked I follow the conversation at Parliament. Part of waiting parliamentarians then be asked, and with the council with 2 leaders and just now. Now that sometime in the IG they doing work, AG doing work, then they come to the court. Me when I know say I come from activist background, me and the courts don't say, yeah, but the courts they know, but when I back they follow the law. The CJ in commitment, the Honorable Chief Justice, is that when I take this issue very serious. And even though we on a short notice, he decided for saying a very distinguished senior member of the bench for Kaya. I will let you talk to Fambulen about your own commitments and what they do for help way for win this fight.
Thank you very much. Honorable Vice President, I would like to give a brief background, probably in a minute. Judiciary first the duty of the judiciary not to make law. They apply the law of the land. They interpret the law and they punish law breakers. That is the sense of judiciary is an institution meant for every Sierra Leonean. Every Sierra Leonean. From fear of death. That's for being on the background all time. Not wait for one the court. The court is accessible to you. And when you do this, get on the back of the mind, say, you get rights to justice. The perception is always there. So British at the good yonder, not get that imagination. It's a criminal matter you get. The law will say you lost that criminal matter day. You get 21 days for appeal. For example, the matter didn't apply for. You get 21 days right of appeal if you lost your appeal. If it's a civil matter you get, then you get full-blown 3 months for challenge that. This is just a big example here about operations and activity of the judiciary of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Now the topic under review, we get to deal with Kush. We get law with the Office of the Attorney General get that responsibility for advice, the detective or the constable for charge. We don't get no hands in that preparation stage. But once the matter don't come out before we seize of jurisdiction, get the jurisdiction from here and determine that matter is patronately. But the Constitution of Sierra Leone states 2 important things there. One of the things that we state, we get to look at public interest. We have issues that deals with public interest. And one of them, now this Kush. The Constitution of Sierra Leone also states, you get what they call presumption of innocence. That you let them charge you, then bring you before we. They will say you are guilty. No. In as much as we are sensitive to the issue, because we are all human beings, and we are parents, for example, we see the revelations just now. Wherein somebody where in this say they don't even done in university, but they fall back to the situation as a victim to a drug. Now, for me personally, without deciding the fate of any matter here, but we need to look at not that I sympathize with the victim. Then no, that's not the idea. The idea is if they are brought before court because they are in possession and the law does not permit you to possess them, then realistically we should abide by the initiative of this Ministry of Social Welfare. For see, we can send them go there, let them rehabilitate them. Imagine somebody they would so free. You cannot take that person to prison like that because you get a duty to protect life and property equally. But if somebody not the person with the trading now, if somebody not the person with the make money for man, then these people should be the target. The law, in my humble view, must apply to the fullest against the person who make money out of her. So that's the situation. So we in law, we never talk plenty. Brevity is the soul of wit. So my advice to the Office of the Attorney General, let them bring the cases. The magistrates, they will do the PI, and they will commit the cases to the High Court. Because under the National Drug Act, it's very, very clear. Not paid for the charge. The charge under the pharmacy, then the magistrate gets jurisdiction. So under the National Drug Act of 2008, magistrate was a no jurisdiction for child and matter. All the magistrate they do now for conduct a PI to investigate. And you know they stop and you are duty bound because of the sensitivity of the offense for charge, for indict because you go to High Court. When you indict and go to High Court, then the High Court sees of jurisdiction for fair and determine that matter to the end of the matter. So I thank you for your attention. Here at the day, make it easy to always pass the information to the police to see anybody they trade in them. Because this will be a community fight. Let's all fight the Ebola, we destroy the Ebola. Let's all fight the corona, we destroy the corona. So that we fight we destroy. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, the learned Justice Momoja Stevens. When I notice, we get somewhere, we get some consensus. They don't agree on how for charge. The kind law they're waiting for use for charge. Now we don't know say the bench and the AG and the IG will get consensus. We bill, and again, we talking together and I are openly. Nobody know the hide. And what we don't do and so, we hold we self accountable. Now I want to let una always there we get phone. Let una begin for help we for this conversation now. They can begin pass the mic around. Now they call na podium again. Well, I get the two political leaders they were they call. And then they can begin go now to people and ask them questions. We get for get the development partners and say get for talk. We get some entertainer there and say get for talk. But you were there, we get small technology you will use. You can either use the barcode up there, or if you get internet on your phone, you go slido.com, S-L-I-D-O, slido.com. The one that within our host as well, we follow me online, and I can do the same thing. We see the same information here. And we code now 4224795. No space, no needed. You don't need any space. So if you go to that app, you get all the questions we will get right now. And we get 3 basic, simple questions then for you. Which are the most significant drivers of Kush? We'll let them open, while you type them out. The answer then we'll see. Which one they say? What you would like for the government do? You type your answer then there. And what thing you would like communities themselves do for combat Kush? So then 2 out of 4, 3 out of 4, and 4 out of 4. You go slido.com or use the QR code, and you use the code we'll get even at 4, the number 4224795. You enter that, it will take you there, and while we talk, we get to your own voice as well. Parliament, I want to cancel now. We'll get the deputy leader of government business, Naya. We brother Honorable Bash. That's not what they call you, Honorable Bash. That's what we always call you. But we also get the leader of the APC party in Parliament. We, by the way, I want to congratulate if they go to the ECOWAS Parliament. I'll clap for him as well. Now, another young man, we talk about the new face of Salone. Also, just young ministers they will get, even in the opposition. We get young leaders. Look at the 2 leaders of the parliament. Very young, distinguished people. And they ask the opposition for come force. I want to let Honorable Umaru Kargbo come and can share why, as a parliamentary leader of the opposition, why this issue is important, and let make a commitment on behalf of EU party for say we camp on this fact. We know the pick party, we know the choose winner one. We allow clap for me comrade of the Radicals Club again as well. The comrade Umaru Kargbo. I think Oman has squad in a junior comrade there.
Firstly, the work of Parliament, according to Section 105 of the Constitution, Parliament is the
in the legislative authority. Parliament playing the nuclear. And whenever we get a national crisis, Parliament will make law to mitigate against climate change. And all can agree with me that when women get raped, they rape me rampant. Parliament amends Section 16 of the Sexual Offences Act. We make life imprisonment for anybody we commit sexual penetration. And from then, we see there was a drastic reduction in sexual penetration and rape as a whole. This now other pandemic we don't get contribution. So Parliament gets a moral obligation. And as God would have it, Section 25 of the National Drug Control Act of 2008 make it clear and give the AG and the Minister of Justice the right to make regulations through a statutory instrument whether the taken of Parliament will be passed. Waiting at the essence of the regulations can be. The regulations can be still they look at how we will help to simmer down the spread of push, the addiction within the family brothers and sisters. How Parliament will come in to make sure that we help to simmer down within the happen. And interestingly, in the policy circle, not a Parliament the first. Parliament being at the third stage. The first stage, now the agenda setting, where they with the ministers, when we did one them. Then the other stage, now the agenda formulation, policy formulation, where they will be draft mandate. We, now the policy adoption stage, we did. Where then the carry on Parliament, then we say law passer. Then after we will get the policy implementation stage, where they will be police them, they will be the judge, and the court, And we all evaluate the policies then at the end of the day. One thing we always need, when Sierra Leone faced with a moral crisis, we need for each political society to come together to make sure so we provide solutions.
Now, Lord, clap for the honorable. Now, Lord, clap for the honorable. Thank you, sir.
I remember when women get Ebola. That time, the current president was not a president. I remember saying he been tour around the country, for doing desensitization. And I remember saying also when women get corona, members of Parliament from all the political aisles come together and make sure say we do the campaign together. And if we get push, we don't turn a pandemic now in country. We all supposed to come together. Because the push, the people that is the go-to, whether you're not APCD or whether you're not SLPPD. It will ruin the future generation. The next generation of SLPP will be ruined. The next generation of APC will be ruined. This is the more reason why we need to come together to make sure that we provide solutions for fight against these menace. Because they say, if you want to know how we continue for them in the future, you therefore look at the current status of the youth. Because now the youth then get to take over the country in the near future. So to we the opposition, we are particularly concerned. And we always don't talk say, we are not opponents to the development of this nation. We are proponents to the development of this nation. Anything where the Cargo Salon before, we go support them. Because we know say SLPP, not the government, we get forbid forever. We get to pull them in power. So we don't want to pull them. We don't want to pull them, we meet problem where we not able to solve. But lastly, the government also get a moral obligation for make the opposition know say the fight against push not intend to punt any opposition. Recently, we've been seeing the press release from the Secretary General of the opposition, where states say the organizing secretary of the opposition at Guinea, they arrest them for push. So the opposition be asked plenty questions, saying how somebody where they Guinea will contribute to push where they are, or somebody when at the opposition organizing secretary. So me want appeal to government that not a government no more they run country. Now government and opposition they run country. Let we the angles, let we the talk. Let there be that communication between we and government. Let we set help government for say we first push
for make we Salon a better place. Salon not belong to nobody. It belong to we all. Let God bless you.
Thank you so much. We say Salon big pass we all, not so. And we put Salon above all else. I want to tell you thank you for your personal leadership and commitment to this issue and for your fine words then. The only part where I want to put small addendum are the parts where say they do everything for make sure say Canada the power in the foreseeable future. But a democracy, if we try for cancel the power, and also we say they try for keep her out by outperforming. Honorable Bash Seliki, you turn. You don't lead as well in the parliament and bring people in come forward. I want you to talk on behalf of we SLPP in our parliament.
Thank you very much. I'm not a the people are not saying I'll win at the because of the faith that is doing it. So anything will happen, good or bad, now we did the time, now we did the soul, because we didn't something, now we did this, and we did something, we did the president. So, as members of parliament, we get 3 core questions. Number 1 is the national. Number 2 is the provided website for the when this push people, it will be legislation and the consistency. The people learn any type of other question, they can listen. It's not set. It's not the same. So we members of parliament will be greatest loser if we not take this push step for permanent. So we don't begin this one long step. We begin the paper once on the parliament. After the communal constitution, parliament, the get started personally. You know, explain things. So we collectively politically because they don't give full support and they don't actually say that the commitment for full support and they don't make commitment. So with the opposition, we move a motion for say as the legislative arm with the providers outside on the executive and the judicial. We need to call them for everything. So we move a motion number from carry by the by January, by the first. Because we believe say it's not possible let drop stand at the country. It will not pass the people stand at the country. So we call it that because we're not just the collector, but the due diligence on the thing that will be collected. So things that we're not supposed to come, but we're supposed to collect that from, we're not supposed to allow us to come in the country. It's voluntary, we call NDN the boss, we call the police, we call the court, because we want to know how this job will come and why it will come and from the take taxation of the country, why would they support it? They come, they explain to me, I want them all things to the public, they cover and full the media, full the cover, and it will be their life. Today, we glad for the IGTM meeting that they don't see the 2 for the city, and they do 70 for the expenses. I shall say that the product of the we members of parliament, we not just very benefit we support the executive and the president. Because this is just the first meeting in the we now be in which we share the act. Because in the last meeting, we see clearly with the police, the police that they did the judicial, of course, I will do the next time they do the law, it is really important. Because you know, see all the drugs and market think the same
perspective or the same punishment. So it's up to you take the release. We dey give option to the judiciary. We take the release fine, we can find 10,000 days of the operation since 2021. 10,000 million. But that 10 day 2021 will not be getting it. If you get it 10 million euros, or 5 years in prison, or both. But which will end up for you? With the police for 12 days. Judiciary will use the option. If you went up to so we're glad it's there with the judiciary. Just a quick for it. We decided to put 10,000 euros at minimum because if they're only, for instance, with one back number, we will say, consider one day not do for let them achieve with that time. Number and 2,000 years, 2 years, then it's sentence, then we give 10,000. But if they're only with push, the judiciary is not going to use the option for 10,000. They take the maximum millions of billions. Because the one that way they import now billions of euros or dollars to be get out. But if they use, because we make their law than this, they go use the minimum fine to put and they say 10 million yen. They may say anybody with the count push from harmful substance, they just come go to the judiciary, they find out 20,000 or 10,000. They're happy with you and with you. So I'm happy today the judiciary got me commitment. And we set as a parliament, executive, vice president, that's the support of the opposition. We prepare to be ready for this. All of the law. Any law where they feel free, this meeting, we need to see for make sure to take this meeting. We parliament, we ready, we prepare, so we go with matches and we prepare. One for telling our thank you, one for telling our say, this at the beginning, we know it's happening and let us ballot shop. After this, we success after the we continue for human success for kites. Because now we are the people, now we do resistance and at the end of the day, the people will die. You know, so nobody does it.
Honorable Bashiru Siliki, thank you so much. Thank you very much. And I know say people can complain about the democracy. I know say we can complain about nothing in wokeness alone. This is a country we like for complain. Sometimes justifiably. But I like for me post the what I can call blue skies. What we see here today is a manifestation of a democracy in action. With the honorable and they talk about how they don't come together, APC and SLPP in a parliament, for change law, for work on this issue. Then call ports and other people them. And because of the action we then take in a parliament, we don't see something that don't change because of that. I just want to let Fambul and us know say things in the workness alone. Some steps and they will don't take, something and they work because of the steps they will don't take. At the come to Umaru Fofana neck. The reason make I come to Umaru is because the other day you post say Kush, he said Kush was past Ebola. And you don't post multiple times about what you want to see change, what you want to see happen with this crisis. You don't hear lots now from all the leaders them. I just want to get a quick reaction from you based on what you expect and what you don't hear so far. And then we will come to the head of the law enforcement agency. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. I go on for stand on existing protocols. Well, since around the year, honestly, I not see what I look for. I've got to be very honest. We all know say laws then they for tackle drugs. So being told about that is not new. We all know say the courts then they for ensure say would I go against the law and triumph. So hearing about that is not new. And Kush not start January. Kush not start even last year. Fact status of USA with day and USA wants to go with the Kush fight. And they read this thing, then they say I'm a lot. Then they import Kush. Kush not about Marlboro cigarettes. Where they come. Kush, now what man called synthetic drug. na yare the assembler. So for example, one of the ingredients for Kush, we don't understand from experts, na formalin. Has there been an increase in the importation of formalin? We want to get that data. If there has been an increase in the importation of formalin, are there new importers? We know say formalin, the one they can look after the body, and they bring can formalin. So if there are new importers of formalin, we not so that the body work in the pan, then we become suspicious of those people.
All right.
You understand? So we track them with that data we'll get, and then we move to the next point. Waiting at the tangible strategy for respond. Policing, fine. For arrest those guys here and there, absolutely fine. But how do we deal with the abuse itself? Waiting at the structures that we'll get. It's a good thing we get a rehab center na Hastings, but we all know say Kush is all across the country. Anywhere where I don't go to Sierra Leone, in the last 1.5 years, I don't go to 11 of the 16 districts. Falaba and Karen have been the exemptions, and one other one. It is all over the place. What's going to happen to those ones who are there? If somebody sees somebody that catch Kush, the police can't go at every step of the stage. So me don't suggest a few things. And to be honest, unfortunately, we not get data as we supposed to get them on who that don't die from Kush. If we really get the data from where it start now, when I go agree with me, say the figures for them are in the thousands of the one that don't die. But we know they take tab of them. So we are groping in the dark. What's not the response mechanism? Somebody mentioned here, one of the ministers talk about community mobilization. It's fantastic. Now so we end Ebola with the communities taking leadership. Now so we respond to COVID. So let's get the councils, just like we don't get APC and the SFP in our parliament to do, let's get the councils taking leadership at various districts. Let every district in this country be guided by the central government for taking leadership. When Ebola can, the last highway fall, na Konadugu, now they resist Ebola the best. So let's make competition now. Let all men respond to the Kush crisis under certain leadership.
Okay.
We're not going to do it haphazardly, we're not going to do it crudely, we're not going to do it by violating people's rights. Central government provide the overarching responsibility. Local councils step up. Traditional leaders, religious leaders, let me get down to brass tacks. We don't spend a lot of time on this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Nanana, at the council, Nanana, exactly what I would expect. We make a turn the microphone to you. Just to say for the, I know you come in a little bit late, but the Honorable Vice President now opened the podium, the event, and some of which you ask for at the top level, and then they start with. They address. We will look at the big picture. I will look at the drivers, which we need for our community engagement. But I'm happy you remind me of that because importantly, we will not forget about the thing that we will need for do. Mr. Kai, you are the head of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Mr. Fofana talked something really important. He said we will look at pattern, data, importation of harmful substances or substances within the use. With the capacity we'll get, would they look at the information in there for say, oh, this man are the drivers, this, or you get plan as part of your agents with team up in front of this fight. Tell me about the role where una they play and what you want for see where you not see it. I don't say we're very passionate about this issue, and you're welcome for coming forward. Well, I'll clap for Mr. Andrew Kai. I'll take this on the mic from you so you use it. Yeah.
The Honorable Vice President, members of the ministers, everybody here present, will you please allow me to stand on existing protocols. First of all, I want to tell plenty thank you to the Minister of Information. As we can see all over West Africa, and who side really push, don't spread, who side they cause damage. We see a couple of weeks ago, Gambia, they get a press conference. But now the very first country this, inside West Africa and all around, for really assemble a meeting like this. So, me as head of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, I can tell the world today and the public today that I'm the most happy man right now. Because now, with this assembly of people from all walks of life, not just government, me to say, Kush, they can't do us alone. It means to say, we eradicate Kush completely out of this country. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, we own responsibility from the Constitution, from government, now for provide leadership and for able to coordinate all issues we get for doing drug use, illicit drugs. That get for doing from waiting the IG talk, the work of the police, the judiciary, all the way to jail and everything. But one of the most important things where the Minister of Internal Affairs talk, and Umaru Fofana, thank you for the zest and the commitment, even from the tone of your voice. We must cut the supply chain. No other magic, no day. No other magic, no day. With all this conversation, we don't get now. Now I make us sit down and they listen where other speakers they talk, where everybody don't talk. Now there is momentum in this room. There is momentum in the country, all across the country. And we forgot the supply chain. Because minister, me don't go now all the suburb them, all the slum them. Let me brother and sister Yahweh should also. Maybe don't engage them. No, so. In fact, now me take una. Here una go to the rehabilitation center. No, so. Although that time they will not be happy with me. But now where they look at una face system. The Minister of Social Welfare, Dr. Dendi, the Minister of Health, and we always come together. Una a testament to this nation and to the world that you can change, that you can stop. But one of the things they want always don't tell me any side who side I go. Yes, you go say, like when my brother be the talking store, you go say, well, they don't want accept responsibility. Then they put the bad drug in their mouth. But one of the things where they talk, all who say I don't go, and to the comrades, who now when they suffer the pain, to the homes them, who now because this thing don't affect everybody. I remember I go to Rukupa, the chief imam at that mosque. In Pekin, I told you from a college student. And then I Kush grown. And so many others. But one of the things that we for know is that the Pekiners were involved in this drug. No, they were don't meet. We're not willing for stop. They all want for stop. And they all realize and accept, say, what if they don't put in their mouth, it'll kill them, it'll destroy them. But not just only destroy them. Like the honorable opposition leader just talked just now. It'll destroy the future of this country. Because the young one and the future. When we talk of feet salon, who that for feet salon? Now the young one them. But I want them we know say that all we don't come in contact with. None of them know they were happy for see their body they deteriorate. None of them know they were happy for see their mama and papa they cry. So the first mistake where they make now for touch up. But if we for end this fight, we must cut the supply chain. So Umaru Fofana now the first fight I will really get for look at. And that is why a gathering like this today, even with development partners, they're all there. Everybody don't come together with one voice. We don't understand, so we must come together. We must take this fight all the way to the end. Regarding what you talk, yes, Kush don't they around for some time. But the Honorable Vice President, if I really remember, that last week Thursday, the Vice President, someone we always involve, we always are leaders them, now with various ministries, departments them, when they deal with drug or when they deal with social issues them. The Vice President in wisdom together, we all together. And just like what you talk, what the Vice President talked earlier when he opened this meeting, is that now, that the same way when we come together as a nation for fight Ebola, the same way we come together as a nation for fight COVID, that at the same way again, we must all come together as a nation for eradicate Kush. So now that makes me, when I heard of NDLEA, this is a happy moment for me. Because already you get what you call community partnership. Then they day within the police, as IGB they talk. Community partnership day. Even with the National Drug Law Enforcement, we get communities there, we get community leaders there. Then the police get a very good organization called the Local Police Partnership Board. All the slum area they will don't go. All the sensitization they will don't go. No side no they will don't go without the Local Police Partnership Board.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.